We know what's coming. Slush season, then mud season, then black fly season. Spring is a mixed blessing in the North Country. So before we go there, let's recognize what an incredible winter it's been. Mirror Lake in Lake Placid has been frozen for weeks, keeping one of its biggest tourism draws, the sled dog rides, front and center. We meet the sled dog peeps on today's Story of the Day.
Support for Story of the Day comes from Morja Wealth Management, serving the North Country for 3 generations. MorjaWM.com. Securities offered through Hightower Securities, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC. Hightower is an SEC-registered investment advisor. And Kinney Drugs, now accepting S3, Nations Benefits, and OTC Network Wellness Benefit cards for eligible over-the-counter health items. Details at KinneyDrugs.com.
Hey, I'm David Sommerstein. It's Tuesday, March 3rd. First up, Governor Kathy Hochul says the family of a blind Buffalo man who died after he was released by the U.S. Border Patrol deserves answers. Nurul Amin Shah Alam was found dead in downtown Buffalo after federal agents detained him, then left him at a closed coffee shop. Alam was severely visually impaired and did not speak English. Hochul says she's reviewing what options the state may have to hold those involved accountable.
You all know the facts. They're chilling to know what happened to this individual in a very cold time, to be left alone with no recourse, no hope of getting home. And when our federal government makes a decision to release someone from its custody, it has a responsibility to do so safely and with clear communication. That clearly did not happen here.
Democratic state lawmakers are working on a slew of immigration bills in Albany following Alam's death. Some lawmakers want the state to pass a bill that would stop local law enforcement agencies from working with federal immigration authorities. The race to succeed North Country Representative Elise Stefanik in Congress is heating up. There are expected to be primaries in both parties in June. A difference among the candidates? Their sources of funding. Our news intern Richard Haller looked at federal election data and has more.
Republican Anthony Constantino has the most campaign cash in his bid to succeed Elise Stefanik in New York's 21st congressional district, by far. According to the Federal Election Commission, he had $7.6 million of cash on hand in the most recent filings. All of that money was self-funded. Constantino is the CEO of Sticker Mule, a sticker and merchandise company based in Amsterdam in the Mohawk Valley. He's a vocal supporter of President Donald Trump and produced a 20-track patriotic album to thank Trump for getting him into politics. Then we have Republican Robert Smolin. He's an assemblyman who's represented parts of the Adirondacks since 2019. Smolin has raised $500,000, also a personal loan to his campaign. The two candidates have attacked each other over their campaign funding. Smolin set up a website that accuses Constantino of being a former Democrat and profiting from his company's merch that attacks Trump and MAGA Republicans. Constantino shot back, noting Smolin settled a felony tax fraud charge in 2019. He also accused Smolin of misleading voters, saying that he didn't clarify that his funding was a personal loan. At a recent St. Lawrence County Republican Committee meeting, Constantino was escorted out of the courthouse by the sheriff for heckling Smolin. After that incident, Smolin received an endorsement from the St. Lawrence County GOP. He's also gained an endorsement from the Conservative Party. On the Democratic side, the trend is one of small donations from many people. Democrat Blake Gendebine, a dairy farmer from Lisbon, has raised around $4 million. The overwhelming majority have been from individual donations. In a statement, Gendebine said that he doesn't think North Country voters can trust the Republican candidates if they're able to self-fund their campaigns. Democrat Dylan Hewitt is competing with Gendebine and so far lags behind in fundraising. He's raised $300,000 from individual donations. The South Glens Falls Natives agenda has focused on expanding access to health care, universal child care, and affordable housing. Stuart Amorell, a restaurant owner in Lake Placid, is also running on the Democratic side, but hasn't reported any money raised so far. The primary is in June, and the general election for Congress is in November. For North Country Public Radio, I'm Richard Haller in Canton.
The Village beach of Lake Placid can feel like a winter wonderland. From speed skating on the Olympic Oval to playing pond hockey to whizzing down the toboggan slide, there are lots of ways to play outside in the cold. Our Adirondack reporter Emily Russell recently checked off an item from her Lake Placid winter bucket list. She went on a dog sled ride around the frozen lake and sent back this audio postcard.
If you're lucky, and if the weather is just right, you can experience a few minutes of magic on Mirror Lake. First, you have to find the unmarked snowy path that leads you from downtown Lake Placid out onto the ice. That is where you'll meet the Thunder Mountain Dog Sled team from Vermontville.
Hi, you.
The team is just back from pulling a young family from Rochester. The dogs look eager and excited.
We try to keep all our dogs pretty social so everybody can come pet them.
That's Connor McEwen. He married into this dog sledding business, which is one of two that offers rides on Mirror Lake. McEwen points out the leader of today's team.
Thelma, she's pretty good. Her and her sisters are our main leaders. And their job's pretty much to stay out front and keep the line tight.
Thelma is a muscular Alaskan husky with a thick brown coat.
Clyde back here, that's her brother. He's a little shy.
There are 7 dogs on today's lineup. They're wearing harnesses and are linked up with ropes. In between runs, the team slurps down some water. It's sunny and about 20 degrees today, which McEwen says is on the warmer side for these dogs.
So their tongues are hanging out, they're working hard. They like below zero temperatures. Like last couple weekends when it's 30, 40 below wind chills, they're in the prime. They could go all day.
On warmer days like this one, the dogs are swapped out every few hours. The whole kennel is about 30 dogs. After a few more tourists take their turn around the lake, our time has come. I'm here with my sister Elizabeth and my niece Ada. We all pile onto the wooden sled.
I'm going to scooch my legs underneath you, Ada.
Polo, ready?
Say, guys.
Liquor.
Tell me you're ready, girl.
Woo! And we're off.
The 3 dog handlers here have used a snowblower to clear a half-mile loop on the lake. They have a permit from the village to be out here. As we glide along, I give the microphone up to my niece to narrate.
We are sledding with the dogs. Some dogs are going more farther. And we are going sledding in snow.
Yeah, and we're on a frozen lake. We're on frozen Mirror Lake. And you can see the mountains in the distance. It's a beautiful sunny day. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had tried to take Ada dog sledding when she came to visit last winter, but the weather conditions weren't quite right. So my sister is also happy to be out here.
I've been waiting for this experience for 2 years now.
We tried to do this last year, but there was too much slush
Too
on
slushy.
the lake. Yep, but the dogs look very happy.
Mm-hmm.
Tongues are out.
Oh, there's slush if you get off this trail. Like all this area up here we worked on yesterday.
That's John Houghton, our sled driver and the man behind this whole business, which he started 40 years ago. Houghton's got a big white beard and is wearing warm layers that look like he's had for decades. He says he kind of stumbled into this business gradually.
I had one dog, another dog, bought a sled, played around with it, found out what not to do. And here we are.
Houghton says most of his customers are tourists. He charges $20 a person. It can be a tedious job, answering some of the same questions over and over again, but Houghton enjoys it. He says his main goal is to teach people about sled dogs.
You know, some people say, I can't believe they're doing this. And, I try to explain to them, they're bred for this. They're not your house dog.
The Thunder Mountain Dog Kennel has a lot of bloodlines linked to the Iditarod. Dogs related to the ones who run the 1,000-mile race across Alaska.
Seeing the dogs work and seeing what they're capable of, and they're way tougher than people, that's for sure.
And they make this work look easy, just jogging along the trail, pulling hundreds of pounds behind them. As we near the end of the loop, Houghton pushes the brakes into the ice to slow us down.
See, Thelma, good girl, Thelma.
Even for a local, it was a pretty special experience. Emily Russell, North Country Public Radio on Mirror Lake in Lake Placid.
We have more news all the time on our website, ncpr.org. Music today by Alan Dunham of South Glens Falls and Mark Corey of Watertown. I'm David Summerstein, North Country Public Radio.